Venture Brothers, and it's finally great to meet you. My one question is, did the Sovereign kill Brock's brother?
I'm like thinking about like, who's Brock?
If your question is, has that ever happened in our show? No.
Have you ever, like, thought about it? Like,
I just did when you said that.
We'll give it some thought. You, Benny.
Thank you. One of the things that's unique about your show is that, unlike lots of the cartoons, is that you actually have characters who probably change over time, which made me think a lot about, do you actually have character story arcs planned from early on, maybe as these are from early on in the show that you're now working on to get them from point A to point B?
We have some larger arcs, we have smaller arcs, we have some arcs that don't exist till we write a script, and then we have to retrofit an arc. So we have
kind of do it season by season. Like we do definitely start a season going, where do we want these guys to go? Because we get bored, and then we don't write them.
Yeah,
So,
and we
or
have
it takes us 2 seasons
we
to
have
do
a
it.
big giant arc that we don't speak of. Usually because we somehow we wrap it in the middle of the season, we rewrite the arc. But we do have a master plan. It's just not. Yeah, we have a master plan. You think about it like that. That'll make you feel better, right? Yeah. Yeah, I promise.
I was wondering, we've got to have an evolution in style of creating a show. So could you talk about, like, starting from season 1, where you guys are now, of actually what changes went in terms of how you structure the writing and how you structure the production from the storyboards of getting the show to where it is now and how you streamline the structure?
It's mostly been the same all along, unfortunately, because like we do too much. We're just now starting to kind of get enough money and enough seasons and mishaps behind us to go, well, wouldn't it be great if we had an extra guy for this department and stuff like that. It's pretty much the same thing. Design for 2 weeks, storyboard for 4 weeks for the thing. Everything stays the same. It's just like who you get for those jobs and getting people to help like co-direct like crap like that. So
We got a lot of boxes in the Astor base. We have all these boxes of like leftover T-shirts and layout drawings, and you can't see the big board, which is where we put all our information. It's frozen our ability to write the season.
Well, then in the follow-up,
Do you want to help clean the Astor base? Is a question I'm asking.
yeah. But so sometimes we have to get rid of people because they're not working out. Other times we just lose really good people because somebody offers them a real job where they don't have to wait for 6 months for you to write the scripts and they just get to go work for Disney for 2 years.
Or Pixar, where they just we massage your shoulders and pay you tons of money and then they free which is my dream.
Go in the back.
Last year, you gentlemen had Kevin Conroy on the show as a guest star for the second one. Do we have anyone else coming up this year voicing that year?
We don't know yet. We're just writing.
Yeah,
now.
we'll have
So
somebody.
if the characters call for it. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who to cast for one of the scripts I wrote.
We'll find somebody cool that wants to be on our show and makes us look cool. Bo would be fucking awesome. It's never
Bo
gonna
would be
happen.
great.
You again.
Me again.
How are you?
Told you I'd see you again. I've got 2 questions. One's for Jackson specifically, just kind of like way back to the past, and then
Oh, that might not
one
be
for the 2
pertinent
of
to
you.
the
So
Venture Brothers in general.
it's a good thing. But Matt was wondering a little bit more about.
Matt is her boyfriend.
Matt is my boyfriend.
Lived in my neighborhood when I was 14. But
And tried to teach me Dungeons and Dragons.
tried to teach me Dungeons and
He wants
Dragons.
to go back
Could
to
not catch a
origin.
Nerf football to save his life.
Yeah.
But
Oh, I have to tell him that. I just called him. He wants to know if there's anything embarrassing.
So he's a bit of a crybaby. So I hear.
Well, but he wants to know a little bit more about, if you remember way back when we first started doing the Lake Intervale Clam Bake posters,
yeah.
and if you happen to have any of those on hand at all, ever, you still have any of those on hand or anything, he knows that he just threw all of his away and he's now regretting it for the rest of his life.
I do have a portfolio that still has embarrassing flyers I did. Like, I don't know if I have any of those. I would do flyers for like my dad's ski trip and stuff like that. And like, neighborhood parties. And I have some. I don't think I have anything Intervale. So.
That's pretty cool. But the other one, Jan wanted me to ask a little bit about the origins.
Does this look like it's floating?
Little floating things. They're brothers. So.
Don't scream, don't run. I'm not a magician. That's all I'm doing.
Okay.
Were you panicking that I have the powers of taking my hand and doing this?
No, that's
Well, then I failed. Hold on.
You just failed.
No, it looks pretty good though.
It does.
And so what does Jan want to know now?
Jan wants to know a little bit more about the origins of your writing. When you first started writing, for the two of you basically, what were your base motivations? I know I was told that Jackson started writing very, very young, and what some of the motivations were. But what are some of your base motivations for writing when you began, and then when you go into it now? What are some of the what are some of the things that you really, really want to hit?
Funny. I like to hit the funny. I'm not as worried about spelling as I should be.
That's true. Because I proof your script.
Yeah, he has to proof my scripts after I've proofed them, and then I'm massively dyslexic and probably retarded.
Right on, man, right on.
Yeah, so they're a mess.
What made you start writing? I don't know.
What made
I
you
just,
start-
but I was super into comic books when I was a kid. My brother, would make his own comic books and draw. He was older than me, and so it never seemed like not a thing to do. And then one day you go, maybe I can do this for a living because I can't stop making a
So one
stupid
guy in the
story.
library comes up to you and says,
that my
hey, that's
friends
kind
don't
of cool,
care
let's go do a...
Yeah, and I have no friends. So
I just like talking to more people than one, and writing's the best way to do that. Because one can have a one-on-one conversation. Okay, the Brock, so he's running, but this way we can write it down and then have other people read it and make up stuff. I got
No, I got you.
and now it becomes a place to spill out my temporary obsessions. I kind of have to be obsessed with the story or the script or just a location or something like that or a building. I got to put that in the show, and now I got to make all the reasons for that to be in there.
And I made a hasty purchase of a large boat, and now I have to.
My
write
child bride has
My
expensive taste. And shot glasses.
a huge boat.
And the blue shirt there.
After 4 seasons, and definitely as you mentioned earlier, starting off getting influenced by Johnny Quest and perhaps some hallucinogenic drugs.
No, Brad. No,
I'm saying I never had a good.
I am saying I've never had any. I've never smoked weed.
But for
I have a
your
puberty
generation, though, do you
regret.
think
I've never
that-
had I've never seen a vagina. I hide my eyes from it and scream.
He
Do you
doesn't actually know
think
what
that
it
you,
is.
after so many seasons, that it might have even...
Oh, never mind. I've seen a vagina. I thought it was something else. I was way off base. I've seen many of those. Yeah, I thought it was something else. I'm sorry. What was I thinking of?
Do you think to a
You've
certain
got a
extent
belt
that
made
that
out of
it's
them.
I
replacing
hope.
the public consciousness for that space that Johnny Quest held, that you guys have introduced a lot of these topics and ideas for a new generation as well, that has come to grow up with Venture Brothers now?
Right, we pushed the Questian dynasty into this brave new. What is your question?
I think so a little. Yeah, I'm jazzed to bring that back because that's what bummed me out about Johnny Quest was it was like a genre that never caught on. But for us, it was like it overlapped all the other genres, so it just seemed like you could keep going. Yes, supervillains can live here also. And I miss that kind of enthusiastic, go science kind of thing, as opposed to there's no goal.
Yeah. But is there a question, or you just wanted to involve us?
Just in general, I mean, like I said, the underpinnings of that, I mean, that formed, the start of the series, and then just going forward, the fact that, again, it has, such long legs, and it's going to keep going, and like you said, it's a genre that never really took off, as you said. Were there things that you thought, once you saw that you want to include, or that are going to continue on into the series?
We'll keep throwing in stuff that we remember and it's funny. We don't have this agenda of stuff we forgot to put in it. We actually have jokes we forget to put in it.
Yeah.
We still can't get Hank to say stuff wasting my time, but
And it usually does take about 2 seasons for anything that you go, I really want to put this in the show. Say you go, I want to do an Iron Man type guy, and you just never get to it.
yeah, and then then
2
Iron
years
Man
later, you
becomes
go,
not
okay.
topical and we don't care anymore. And then maybe we could put an Iron Man there as a callback to Iron Man. Remember when Iron Man was big?
Or we want to do it, and then somebody makes a movie out of that, and you go, well, now are they going to think we're just goofing on new Iron Man? and Thor, or
Yeah, we wanted to do
or
it-
do we have we become topical?
Yeah, we were playing around with the Thor thing, then they made a Thor movie.
Yeah, and now we
Yeah.
don't know if we can do Thor because we feel like it's cheap.
Now we're
Just parody.
maybe if we do
Our parody is current. It
if we
sucks,
do
but if it's
Aquaman,
40 years old,
nobody's ever gonna make a fucking Aquaman movie.
everybody.
That's this fucking idea. We can make Aquaman jokes.
No,
And
but
then when they do
Entourage
an Aquaman
already
movie,
did that.
We get.
Entourage did a whole season.
How do you know what Entourage is? You get like an Entourage email and shit, or do you watch Entourage?
I watched this season, and
You
I've
watched
watched maybe
Entourage?
4 episodes of the previous. It was like a weird. It was like tonguing a canker sore. It was like I hate this goddamn show. These people are horrible. What's gonna happen?
Did you watch Sex and the City also?
No, I did see the movie, but I have HBO. You don't.
No!
That just happens. When you have HBO, you just see stuff. It just happens.
I will watch an entire season.
Because they'll put it on all the time, and you go,
America's
I
Next
just
Top
need to
Model
be on the
without-
couch.
Without getting out of bed.
Yeah.
If I wake up and American Next Top Model on Marathon,
Yeah.
I don't leave until they crown the new top
And that's a
model.
deplorable show. They're all awful people.
Yeah, horrible
She's
people.
a megalomaniac nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw her in real life, and she doesn't look like a human being. I can't even describe it. She's bigger than she should be and more beautiful than a human has any right to be, and she looks
Oh, in a good way.
incredible.
She doesn't look like
Not even in a way that I couldn't describe. Like, I wanted to run screaming and get on top of it. I didn't know what to react. It was like looking at a fucking unicorn. Yeah. So I did. I just
Just like
scared her.
seeing Grace Jones.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I would want to do is oil her. I don't want to see a Matt Grace Jones.
She was well oiled
Yeah, well,
already.
Who wants a Matt and Grace Jones? Nobody.
All right, you pick somebody.
I'll pick somebody with my hand. Guy in surgical mask. Doctor from Prince's band. You play keyboards, correct? From the Revolution. Yes.
So reboots are big. DC Comics has just rebooted their thing. Batman's gonna be rebooted.
Yes, they're rebooting stuff they already rebooted.
Reboot.
Yeah.
Would you reboot the Venture Brothers? And if you did, how would you do it? And what would make it different? Would you make the entire cast female, or would they be, Eurasians, or from
Well, we do
Singapore?
what every reboot basically is, which is you do it slightly darker. We take out all the musical numbers. You can't have those. What else would we do? Doc would be oiled and muscular.
He'd be handsome.
He'd be super fucking handsome.
There'd be some kind of time dimensional issue also.
Yes.
Like Star Trek.
Oh, and Doc.
Yeah, we would have old, original Dr. Venture.
Yeah,
kind of.
and
Not
what?
Jonas, I mean like Dr. Venture from this
Yeah.
iteration of the Venture
Yeah,
Brothers.
Doc Venture
Having to
has to
save-
fight a mechanized Doc Venture.
Mm.
Because that's how they do these fucking things. They have to fight a version of themselves, basically. So he'll fight like a mechanized Doc Venture. That will be the reboot. And it won't be funny at all.
And he'll be a race car driver instead of a scientist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an awesome idea.
I'm there.
Yeah, sign us up. You pick a person.
I like that guy.
I like you.
Now that you have the next 2 seasons are already ordered,
Right.
has that changed your writing approach anyway?
No. We have changed our approach, but not because of that. So, I mean,
Well, it does give us a sense that we can make longer arcs. Because before, we were always ready to be canceled. You know what I mean? Like,
but we had that with seasons 3 and 4.
But
Like,
see-
that gave us the bravery to do, like, take, side roads into other characters and stuff like that.
Yeah, open up our cast more, which is
Yeah,
just
yeah.
stupid.
I know, now we have too many guys.
Yeah, well,
I
we
think-
think, and we're making more. So
Yeah.
yeah,
But I
we're
think that's made us now, we've been down that road and we have thought we want to sort of get back to focusing on the main family, kind of. That's
Yeah.
what we've discussed.
Yeah, but we can try that every year.
Right.
Yeah, we're undisciplined children.
It's
Well,
not so much the 2 seasons as like just the time that we've gotten off because we just forced it on everybody. We went to season 4 was really hard, we were exhausted, we're just gonna stop. And so now we're just like thinking about it. We are kind of planning things a little more.
Yeah.
We're taking criticism from each other a lot better than we used to.
Yeah. Yeah, it's easier to argue.
Welcoming it.
It's easier to argue. Before, if one of us didn't like what the other person did, there were feelings involved. Now we can have like an actual discussion on it because our relationship is that old. And you know what we do? What is your problem? Like, I'm gonna explain something that we do. This is one of my favorite things about the relationship that Jackson and I have. It's almost not related to anything venture at all. But if I say, can you, on your way to the base, bring me a pack of cigarettes or something, he just brings it, and I don't pay it. And then when I bring it something, he doesn't pay me. That's a great relationship. There's nothing like, hold on, oh, how much was it, $8? We just know that we're gonna be here tomorrow, and we can keep bringing the cigarettes. That's what we're gonna do. Please find an overarching beautiful sentiment that is embodied in that statement to make it pertinent. So it just doesn't seem like an anecdote that has no payoff.
Like a common law marriage.
It's like a common law marriage and circles with my hand. This is meaningless. This is meaningless, but by doing this, it looks like I'm hugging him.
Hench shirt guy.
What did that?
Which I want one of those. I don't have one of those.
I got some red bubble, but
It's a boot. It's like illegal. It's a bootleg.
yeah,
But it's awesome. But I want
it's
one.
pretty
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, but my question involves the Rusty Adventure cartoon. I think there was an episode where you might have shown part of the cartoon,
Yeah.
and then we have times where we see Rusty as a boy, we see the adventures. Is there actually a way to tell of those apart? Would they look exactly the same? Like, does his life look exactly like
The cartoon is the actual cartoon that they show inside of the Venture Brothers.
It was heavily stylized.
Much more stylized. There's like a bit of a grain effect to the film, so it looks like it was transferred to 16. So you can
I'll
tell the
watch
difference.
that.
And it has no real humor to it. It was kind of a brutal show.
And related to that, would you ever consider making an entire episode?
I would love to
of
do the
that?
entire episode. That'll
Yeah.
probably never happen, but
Yeah.
absolutely. Any of these like hypotheticals, would you like to do an Orpheus spinoff? Yeah. I mean, we love writing for our characters. You can't come up with a dumb enough idea that we're not like, yeah, that sounds great. But well, getting to do them will probably never happen.
Has there ever been a scene, a joke that you guys wanted to make but censors just wouldn't let you? And also, what would you do if you had no restrictions? If there were no censors, there's no...
We would use more songs that we didn't have to pay for from pop culture. We would use a lot of things that exist in pop culture that we're not allowed to legally say. We wouldn't have, we wouldn't have
people wear name brand clothes and have posters of bands on their wall.
We wouldn't have homie figurines or homeboy figurines. We'd have homie figurines. We would do basically the same thing. And I would make a lot more fist fucking jokes. Just tons of them. It would just be a constant barrage of the ugliness of getting fisted. And
Just be your episode. Creatively, we're not really held back. Like,
except for the fist fucking.
Legal stuff is kind of the only stuff we don't get to do. Occasionally, like, is sexy stuff.
Yeah, and we can't.
It's not like we fight for like, come on, we want a fish fuck joke.
Yeah.
You guys suck. This is censorship, Nazi.
You guys just, it's hilarious.
For the most part, we haven't gotten
we
like
would write
standards and practices notes in a really long time. We couldn't pee on the mummy in the pilot. Like we had to fight for that, and the alligator couldn't be pregnant when Brock killed it. And like they would let us do that.
Now we can talk about it because we pushed the boundaries.
But we're allowed to do more now because like Family Guy came on and stuff like that, and you know they were telling them they had to censor Family Guy, and they're like, "What are you talking about? This was on at 8 o'clock on a network, and like you can't just let us show it at 11 on Cartoon Network." So that kind of eased things up on everybody, and we don't feel too much of a need.
I would use more characters that exist that we didn't invent. We could have just an episode where we don't do a parody of Batman. Batman's there. Yeah. And we don't have to worry about the legal repercussions of just having Batman in an episode.
Batman just shows up, hey, Hank.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's Batman. Yeah. Then we find out that Batman will like.
Hey, Hank, let's listen to Yes.
Yeah. And then we would have a whole Yes album in the background. Because we have to pay for it. It's a better world. And then, of course.
Brown shirt, glasses.
Just wondering, was Shell a Gravy a one-hit wonder, or two if you count the Christmas song, or think you might do something?
Wow, I don't think there's a wonder or a hit involved.
Well, that depends. I know a lot of people who are pretty obsessed with that Jacket song. My friend's band is planning on trying to cover it. So something like
Awesome. I'll give him the sheet music. No,
I guess we'll see.
it was a one-obsession special.
Yeah.
More than a one-hit wonder. Although their EP that included that song in different versions does imply that they know that they just wrote Too Shy and they are Kajagoogoo. But they're no Kajagoogoo, my friend. They're no Lamal. They're no Nick Beggs.
Who is?
Nick Beggs. Sarah. I mean, with the red hair.
Was there any, did you ever imagine that in the year 2011, when you were first creating this, that you guys would still be on the air and slated for a fifth and sixth season?
I didn't.
Yes and no.
When were we imagining this? Like 4 years ago?
I wouldn't have
or like
imagined that
20
it would
years ago?
take 10 years to get to season. So that part over here, no way.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Who makes 2-year seasons? Who would do that? 2 people.
Basically, I was wondering from the standpoint of when you first got the show and when the first season was actually on the air, did you imagine that it would be this far along? That you'd still
Not really. I mean, you don't. I mean, sometimes you daydream about art like that, but like you don't really think about it when you're making it. And we didn't expect it to catch on too much. We thought maybe we'll be successful enough to stay on, but we're never going to be a big mainstream thing. We'll be a cult hit, and we're happy with that. We didn't want to be anymore. And we also thought probably we'd be done by season 3 or 4 creatively. I think when 3 and 4 got greenlit, we both were like, that'll do it, right?
Yeah. And then we were just so
and
not.
then, yeah, we were writing the finale, and we came up with like 3 of the episodes that you're going to see next season, kind of just when we were writing the finale. And we went, oh crap.
Yeah, we became really.
All the agents tell them we'll sign a new contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. It's weird. We're really excited, actually. We're pretty keyed up to write these. Like, we're really happy about our show and about all this and the success and everything. And but just creatively, we're really into making the show right now. And loving writing like I haven't.
Which is it's not good. It's good for looking back on the show. It's gonna suck for you watching the show next season. It's just gonna, well, because I'm telling you, all great things appear as crap when originally aired.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you'll watch it like, they ruined the show, and then you'll go back and watch it and go, wow, that was the best season ever. And where are you then? What does it matter then? Who are you gonna call now?
So right now, people think season 4 sucked, and those people used to think season 3
Wait till
sucked, and
season
they're
5
like,
comes
season
out.
3 was the best.
Season
Yeah.
4 will be awesome because season 5 sucked so bad. Then when season 6 comes out, oh my god, that's awesome. Season 6, everyone will love immediately. I don't know why. It's just gonna push all the right buttons. Then they'll be like, well, it's almost like season 5, the season 6, which we love immediately. That means season 5 was awesome. We didn't even know this. I'm just bullshit. I just thought through exuberance I could sell you anything, which is how we make our show.
Thank you.
Pick.
I will pick.
This guy, he's been waiting.
You're picking for me.
I'm just suggesting that he's.
That
You don't
guy.
have to.
You.
Are there any
I
plans?
decided on that entirely with my own free will.
I could tell.
Yeah.
No one pushed you.
Jackson
It
made a
was an
suggestion.
informed decision.
Jackson made a suggestion. I thought it was a good suggestion.
He was right. Are there any plans to expand the Adventure Universe in comic book form?
You can barely get this show out. You know how long it takes to write these episodes. It's.
Can I have the rights? I'll write them down.
We talk about it sometimes.
We do.
We have had some discussions. We kind of go back and forth. We always go, well, we're making the show right now. We're control freaks. We would probably want to. I think there's a company that we like that's interested, and we've talked about it. And it would really depend. Our time, who they suggested as a writer or an artist, and
Yeah, it's when we're still on the air and we're still.
I would kind of dig letting go and see what
Exuberant.
somebody who's actually good
See,
does if it doesn't
Here's my problem. with
change
that,
our show.
Generally, wait till we get canceled and they're just kind of clog the market with crap. That's when you do that. Because when we're still making it to have like this substandard thing, and I'm only saying it's substandard because Jackson and I didn't do it ourselves, and then it would just be substandard because we're great.
We are the gold standard.
You were the gold standard. Oh, somebody else has good. I don't know.
It comes up once in a while. We're not interested, but
Okay.
And what happens? Is that like splinters of the mind's eye? Like, did that really happen to Darth Vader? Is it
Right.
apocryphal or is it actually part of canon?
don't you want to be part of that
it'd be a good way to deal with all those extra
Nerd
characters.
discussion, that happens to everything you love. There's like the,
Yeah.
you know, alternate universes
I
and
guess
everything.
so.
It's like, sure.
Maybe
let's-
one day I'll grow my neck out and sit back and go, how are we doing? Let's fuck all my apart. You, with the army hat on,
Thanks, Pat.
with the lanyard. Speaking, you.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. With the
Why
go-to.
why
Go
is it that you name some rock stars by name and others not? Like, for instance, you say David Bowie, yet you refer to Brian Eno as Eon.
Our lawyers have asked us not to answer that question.
Oh, okay.
Our lawyers have asked us to stop mentioning rock stars. We spell Bowie
because
differently.
we never fully understand the definition of parody from a legal sense.
We've
And
had it
sometimes we do
explained
it
to us
right,
a million
and
times,
sometimes
yeah.
we don't, and you have to figure out ways to say what you want to say without really saying it.
It's a
Go on.
Do you want me to keep picking?
Yeah.
You right there, who I was pointing to. I don't know exactly because you're a distance from me. I've never seen you before. Yes.
If there's ever a show that has a storyline big enough for a movie,
Yeah.
it's you guys. Is that possible at all?
If somebody wants to make a movie and they come running at us with money shooting out of their ears and an actual plan, then we'll discuss it. For us to like just jump into a come probably not a good idea right now, but we wouldn't say no to a good.
I would love to make a movie. I'll come on record saying that.
Yeah.
I love movies.
Movies are great, but nobody wants to make a crappy movie.
Right.
There are people
That's
who
not
like
true.
crappy movies.
There are plenty
So
of
many
crappy
crappy
movies.
Yeah, there are people who like making crappy movies. I take that back. We're not people who want to make crappy movies.
Yeah.
I had a question actually about Venture Brothers video game. I think it would be the same answer as the comic book.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but how much plot? is in
Except that
Adventure
nobody's
Brothers?
ever asked us really about
Okay,
it.
if you have a Venture Brothers video game, do you have like a type that you can see it falling into, or? what
I
would
hate
be-
video games.
Okay,
I get simulation sickness.
Yeah, you do.
I own many game stations. I keep buying
Yeah.
maybe this one will work.
You get hooked on one for a little while.
I'll play it once and then I just never want to see it again.
I love like the Tomb Raider kind of things, or the Boba Fett one, the Jango Fett one.
That was fun.
That was fun.
That was fun, but I got a terrible headache. And you
I don't know how
spent
that
all day
works.
playing that.
I don't know how Venture
I
would
get
work.
motion sickness.
Or Medal of Honor is another one that we're really.
Yeah. That was also years ago. I tried to play the LA Noire. I got like 2 scenes in. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what this guy does anymore. I just want to. I'm gonna steal an ambulance and crash it into something. Go do something else with my life.
Oh, what about Pong?
What about Pong?
Yeah, did you play that?
When I was a child, yeah.
Actually, I was such a Pong.
Yeah, no, I've played even like the kind of Pongs you buy at like Kmart that you just plug right into your thing and you get like a retro game.
Well,
Those
I'd
are,
just be motion sickness. So you said
they're not fun. To be honest, it's like a little dot and then I'm kind of hitting it back.
Well,
and
there's
the,
an
well,
episode
the camera
there
doesn't
for-
move though. You're talking about, yeah. Like if
Yeah.
you went on one of those rides where it never actually goes anywhere, but it pretends to do
Yeah.
stuff, like you would get sick of that.
I would get sick looking at that ride.
Yeah.
I get sick playing Jewels. Because they keep falling into place. Oh, God, I'm nauseous. There's 3. Oh, God.
Oh, there's an idea for an episode.
Nope.
Pulls
Nope.
up-
Nope. Leave it to the pros. I promise you, it's well, Jules is funny. Mentioning Jules is funny.
Are we ever gonna get any more Jasper McBain songs?
Jasper lives in England. So to get Jasper McBain, you have to have Jasper.
You mean, are we gonna
McBain.
put more in the show, or will there be more?
Is
Jasper?
there more?
There are still
There are
leftover
more.
Jasper
Yeah.
McBain songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple. Stencher even never got into the show.
Hmm.
That's a really good song.
Yeah. That's probably why.
It's a good song. It's like a really good song. Oh, like Rev Me Up isn't a great song. But it's so inspirational. It's hard to listen to that with my pants on. That's why I'm chucking around the room in my shorts.
Hi, is there any chance in hell that we might never see the Venture Brothers Super Jail crossover?
No.
Those worlds don't, they're not part of the
Yeah.
same world. Hank might watch Super Jail and then wonder if everybody else sees it. Like speak of it like it was like a fever dream he had. And then it was like, no, that's on TV. You see it too? Use your editing eye and the blue light back there.
Yeah.
Okay, with, you already did the jacket, music, and also we're seeing a lot of, animated shows do musical episodes. Any chance we'll see a Venture Brothers musical episode?
Can I say no? This is horrible. Like the little kid in me screaming, no! No! Don't ruin it!
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree, and then that just makes you want to double down.
Yeah,
Sometimes
It makes you want to.
you do that.
You want to do terrible things.
Oh,
to
don't
that
you
little
hate
kid.
Evil Twin episodes? We got to do an Evil Twin episode.
I don't want to ever do.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, Lazo was trying to talk us into doing the I'm Rusty musical.
Yeah.
And that actually had been kicking around as a dumb idea for an episode, but it wouldn't be a musical. We would never do a full start to finish musical. You can't say you'd never do anything.
No, you can't. We can.
We almost tried to write an episode where a musical is being made and it's being rehearsed and there's backstage crap, and it probably would have been the Rustiest one. But
That little tiny boy that
it's
started
so,
conflict
yeah,
inside of me
Family Guy
doesn't want that. Yeah, let them do it. They like show tunes more than we do.
Yeah, we're not good at show tune. We're not big show tune guys.
No.
You know?
And when we try to show tune it,
Matt and Trey can do it, and Family Guy can do it. They love that stuff. They're good at it.
yeah. But you know what? Matt and Trey do it perfectly. I'm not gonna. Why would we just bother? That's been done right. Well, embarrassing to shove our hat into that.
Is there anybody with their hand up that we didn't already answer at least one question? All right.
You know,
You're next. You're next.
You're holding up your hands like this. I all think you have to make number 2. you have to pee.
Okay, so in season 4, Dr. Mrs. and 21 Kiss, is there any chance that is actually going to be explored in season 5?
It has resonance. Yes, absolutely. Does it? Is it explored? Is it fisting involved? We have problems with the networks. They hate the fisting. They don't. They want. No.
If we can figure out a way to do it without fisting,
right?
I don't know. Like that really. It's a house of cards.
It is. Once you
take the fisting element out,
it's not romantic anymore. So
yeah.
It's true. It just seems
and there's
solemn
only
work.
2 legs to that stool.
Yeah.
And,
No, it has resonance. Like everything that happened on the show happened. It really happened, and we're going to move forward as if these events have occurred, except till JR wakes up, and then who knows? It's all happening in a snow globe.
Held by aliens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not that anyone wants to think about it, but when you are done...
Fisting?
No,
just no more questions about fisting.
Yeah, I can't talk about fisting.
Not that we want to think about it, but when you are done with Venture Brothers and you're like, okay, that's it, would that be to go do something else, like another series? Like, do you guys have something in mind, like, well, that doesn't really fit, like, what we want to do with Venture Brothers, but, we want to try this thing? Or do you think you'll get to the point where you're just like, no more animation, we can't.
Well, we are international playboys.
Well, besides that.
Right. And so probably when Venture Brothers comes to its...
We do a lot more boogieing.
Conclusion.
Yeah.
We love to boogie. We love the nightlife. So probably directly after that, we would go to a dig in Cairo, mayhaps. We would like to go to Monaco again and just keep it real, or whatever that means. I've heard the kids say it.
If you're asking if we got like a bunch of projects on the side that we're waiting
Well,
to
not
get
necessarily a
to,
bunch,
not
but
yet,
like
but
ones-
we will make some as soon as we're
Yeah,
done.
we just wrote a Liam Neeson movie, boom. That's the kind of just intellectual, creative power you're dealing with. We're a machine. We're a fisting machine. Anything can happen, and it usually does. So, no, we have... I was personally offended that they didn't contact Jackson and I for the Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Offended, like angry. I did nothing.
I was similarly offended when they didn't contact us about the Johnny Quest movie.
Offended.
Yeah.
Like we didn't write anybody or tell anybody that we wanted to do it, but since they didn't call us, I'm indignant.
Yeah.
Because that's I'm insane. I think that people should just be, how can we move forward without contacting? You can get me on fucking Facebook. It's that easy. I'm so easy to find, and you can just write me a little message, believe it or not.
Hey, we're working on this Doctor Strange.
We're working on
movie.
Doctor Strange thing.
Interested?
Yeah, any interested? And I would be interested. I got notebooks upon notebooks of ideas for Doctor Strange. I've been making that pitch since I was 8 years old. I can just walk into a room and go, "Are you ready?" For the greatest Doctor Strange movie ever made. And they'll be like, "We never even made a Doctor Strange movie. You did that really crappy one. Remember the Doctor Strange movie where there's an hour spent on him knocking the
the
door?"
70s TV movie.
Yeah, awful. We can make a better movie than that. It would be great, and it would be funny.
Let's make sure we see him go through every door to every room, because otherwise people are going to go, how did...
In the 70s, they had 3-page scripts, and they would make a half-an-hour show out of it. Watch any movie, like any TV show from the 70s, they're very padded. But the Doctor Strange one has him, door opens, wrong door. No relevance to the plot whatsoever. It's just like,
metaphor.
I'm sorry. They padded it with him not getting the address correct. There was nothing. It had nothing. It was, you didn't look inside and go, that person's handling a magic object. Wrong. Just Doctor Strange. Oh, it looked like a 9. Awesome. We would never do that. You've seen our show, right? We take about 40 pages and jam it into 24 minutes. Just jamming it.
And then cut those down to 22.
Yeah, and if you miss a joke, we don't give a shit. We just go down to the neck. I got so much to say in this tiny amount of time. Give us an hour. It's not like we're going to be disciplined and have it breathe. We'll jam that thing in. You'll be able to watch the Doctor Strange movie that we'll never get to write because they didn't call us. They called you guys who made Conan. I'm indignant. To do this movie. That would have been. Yeah, you could have watched it. You could have watched it 7 times, and every time you watched it, you'd be like, it's a totally different movie. It is the Mad Libs of films. Did I see Conan?
Yeah.
I didn't. I haven't even seen Thor yet. But I did see the X-Men. I like that a little bit too. But I like. You can write that. Jackson, it's your turn.
Yeah.
Are there any aspects of the show that the fandom have latched onto and surprised you that you strongly enjoy?
The fans of the show. What people like in our show is always different. There's some people that really like the soap opera aspect, this continuity aspect that we have. And there are other people who are just offended by it. So there are people that
those people are going, why can't it be more like season 1 where it's funny?
Yeah. And other
people going, are you ever going to do maybe like a season that's 10 parts of all the one big long story?
Can Orb
without
not
all the
break?
jokes? And Orb.
Yeah. So I'm always amazed by what two people watch the same show. One of them is watching an entirely different show than the other person. That amazes me.
And they're both a little frustrated, but they both keep watching.
Yeah. Because we can't decide what we are either. We're catering to both those idiots. And we are both those idiots. So
a little surprised by how much a certain segment of the audience really digs the Dean Triano love story or whatever.
That surprised me.
Really surprised that everybody still asks if Kim is coming back.
That surprises me. That surprises me. She's potential. She is soft womanly potential.
Right. The hench guy has been trying it for a while.
Is there a hench person back there?
I have a question about
I would expect it to see like full 21 outfit. Let down.
Question.
I've been thinking about this for a very long time.
I want you to try the voice because that usually just solicits so many groans. But
it's bad.
And about costumes, I did send the Dr. Mrs. the Monarch cheerleader your way before.
Thank you.
That was nice.
Hope you
Thank you.
appreciated that.
I appreciate anybody dressing up as our characters because it makes it kind of weird in my head. This is true.
Our midriffy characters.
When they're mildly sexualized, I like it even more. But when I see actual people dressed up like henchmen, I think they're real. You know what I mean? Because they would go to a con. All the henchmen would go to a con. Yeah, go to a fun con. We might as well wear our own outfits. Why not?
4%.
It's real, yeah.
But my
That's
question
7% of the one. 24 would not.
I'm not gonna wear it, okay? I'm going to Seinfeld. Cosplaying Seinfeld.
Yeah. We go right to work. We can hench directly after. We got a day pass.
Well, what costume from the show have you seen that surprised you the most? And is there any that you have not seen that you would love to see somebody comment?
Oh, I've seen.
Well, you saw a bunch, I didn't go to Dragon Con, but I saw some pictures of really amazing ones. Yeah,
Amazing
our
ones.
first shore leaves, which I was really happy to see.
Two shore leaves, different style shore leaves.
Yeah.
There was space shore leave and shore leave playing football on the line. Boom!